Brothers and sisters in Christ, grace and peace to you on this cold, cold January day on the prairies of North Dakota. I wanted to come and just offer a brief little video recap of what happened in our congregation on Sunday afternoon at our annual meeting, at our 2019 annual meeting. If you were able to attend, thank you for taking time to attend that very important meeting in the life of our church. If you weren't able to attend, I really encourage you and invite you to attend someday. It's a good opportunity to be together as church, to learn a little bit more about the church, and to see where God might be calling us to live out in mission and ministry next. A few highlights of the annual meeting included the election of officers to our church council. Kirsty Hintz, Sam Arndorfer, and Carl Liepitz were elected. And to our endowment council, Kelly Earhart will begin serving her second term on the endowment council, and then newly elected to the endowment council were Heidi Wall McDonald and Vanessa Martell. And so we're thankful for their service. We also took time during the annual meeting to give thanks for outgoing council members, Derek Fair, Royce Schultz, and Megan Anderson. They were gifted this little cross, desktop cross, that's created by David Badman, artist David Badman, who did all the altar furniture at Good Shepherd as well. And on the back of it, it just says Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, council member 2016 to 2019, and we're thankful for their service. Also at the annual meeting, we were introduced by church council member Heather Lemoyne to a process or a project, a mission project called Long Range Facility Improvement Plan. This is a plan and a project that our church council has been working on for about 2 years now. And it's the first time that we've done a good look at our facilities and a hard and fast look at our facilities since 1994. So in 1975, 1984, and 1994, we've done some master site planning and some master site work. There's a document that the church council introduced at the annual meeting. This is under the Get Involved tab on our website now, as well as the PowerPoint presentation that Heather offered at the annual meeting. At this point, what council is inviting us to do, and what they're hoping to do in 2019, is they're going to form a long-range improvement plan task force to study this more fully, to develop some options that we can present to the congregation as we look at our facilities' immediate needs right now and our facilities' needs maybe 5 or 10 years down the road as God continues to bless us with exciting and awesome ministries. As well, under new business, I was able to give a little more detail on the Leadership for Faithful Innovation project, mission projects that we're participating in with 6 other synods in our church, as well as about 50 congregations across the ELCA. This is the mission project that's being led by Luther Seminary and the Lilly Foundation. And so I was able to give a few highlights about what that might look like. And one of the main highlights about that is that later on this year, we're going to be forming what's called a guiding team. And the guiding team will be a way for us to more fully implement and engage this process of Leadership for Faithful Innovation, or LFI as the abbreviated acronym for it, that we'll be using. And so if this is something that might be of interest to you, how do we listen to God in our congregation, in our community, in our world? How do we live out the mission that God is calling our congregation to live out? I'd love to have a conversation with you. So reach out again to one of your church council members or to me, and I can get you more information about that. Finally, Royce Schultz, our council president, offered a little bit of a congregational update and highlights. He just grabbed pieces from our annual report. If you're a member of Good Shepherd, you should have received the colored copy of this in your mail last week. It's also available on our smartphone app and the website. And there's more additional printed copies in the church. Just stop by one of those information carousels. This really is kind of the magazine of Good Shepherd, and the magazine of what God is doing in and through Good Shepherd. And so Royce lifted up a little bit of some of the exciting things that are found in that. And then finally at our annual meeting, Jeff Ubben, who is our council representative to the Finance Committee and also to our Constitutional Update Committee, was able to present the financial statement for 2018 and also offer the insight on the 2019 ministry financial plan. Which was approved at the annual meeting, so that's good. We have a budget in place and we know where we're going. One of the highlights of 2018 for us was that at the end of the year, we were able to give away an additional $51,000 in benevolence, bringing our benevolence total in 2018 to 15.06%. We were also able to place an additional $25,000 into our property and equipment replacement fund. This is a fund that council can draw on if needed, if we have a major immediate repair that's needed, a boiler goes down or air conditioning unit or something like that. And so we're thankful for those additional gifts that we were able to make at the end of 2018, all because of our giving in 2018 and our continued gifts to what God is doing here. Jeff also lifted up and helped us walk through a process of updating our Constitution and reinstating our Articles of Incorporation with the North Dakota Secretary of State's office. This also was a vote that was required at the annual meeting and was approved and ratified. You might remember last year we did a tremendous amount of work on our Constitution and approved that in January of 2018. There were just a few small tweaks that we had to do to it this year as well at the recommendation of legal counsel from the ELCA. Things like not capitalizing specific words or deleting a bracket. It wasn't anything that dealt with content like it did last year. So anyway, we're thankful for a beautiful annual meeting and a beautiful time together in Christ as a congregation as we look forward to 2019 in all of the ways that God will work through us. It's the gifts of our hands, our feet, our voices, and our money that allow God's work to take place through this congregation, that allow the mission that God is calling this congregation to live out, which is to share the shepherd's love with all of God's children, to happen in the first place. And so I'm thankful for the many ways that you participate in this work as we are church together. Stay warm in these next couple of days. God bless. We'll see you later.